vegetables. Vegetables are probably the most loaded and difficulty-causing food that we have, which is hilarious considering they're known as, and pretty much are, the healthiest foods on the planet. We're gonna go through why you don't wanna eat your vegetables, how you can get past that, why vegetables often might not be working for your body, and how you can get past that too. First of all, it's totally normal and acceptable to not want to eat vegetables. We have this really weird thing in our culture where it's a point of pride for people to show themselves, like on Instagram, with their plate of vegetables. Look at me, I'm eating my vegetables. I'm so evolved, I'm so health conscious. It's ridiculous. Of course, you should eat what makes you feel good. And of course, hopefully vegetables make you feel good. But we need to acknowledge that they are not, by any stretch of the imagination, the world's most delicious food. They come to us with not a ton of flavor or with some bitterness. That bitterness is meant to be off-putting. We use it, our bodies use it as a digestive aid. Bitterness stimulates digestion. But the reason for that is not because we were meant to eat them for digestion per se, it's because in nature, poisonous plants tend to be bitter. So when we would consume them accidentally, not knowing they were poison, our bodies would produce as much digestive acids as possible to break them down and help get them back out of our bodies so that they hopefully didn't kill us. Small amounts of bitter quality is hugely digestive and wonderful for us, but it's very natural to not have an innate love for bitterness. If you think about how we refer to people's attitudes, someone who's sweet is a kind, gentle, loving person. Someone who's bitter is probably not somebody you want to know. So first, before anything else, I encourage you to move past the idea that you have failed because you don't love eating vegetables. I don't think that's the case at all, and I don't think anyone who really knows what they're talking about does either, because the stress involved in you thinking that you failed because you don't love vegetables, we've already discussed why that is worse than not eating vegetables. The easiest thing that you can do when you don't feel like eating vegetables is to hide them in your food. And I know that sounds like something that we typically only do for children, but who cares? If you can find ways to get more vegetables in your body without having to sit there and feel like, oh my God, I've got to eat a plate of kale and this is going to be miserable, your body is going to thank you both in the fact that you're getting more nutrients in your system and in the fact that you're eating with joy instead of stress. There are countless ways to hide vegetables in your food. I chose a photo of a zucchini bread I made because that's one of the most common. Carrot cake is another one. But you can take that concept and really run with it. Blending or grating vegetables into other dishes can be done in a way where you don't notice them. They only add to, say, the moisture, such as zucchini bread and carrot cake, and it's a happy experience. You eat more vegetables, but it's no big deal. When people tell me they don't love mashed cauliflower as much as they love mashed potatoes, I don't encourage them to sit and eat the mashed cauliflower instead, because I understand that it's not as satiating. Potatoes are one of the top foods on the satiety index. They make you feel happy and satisfied for longer than almost any other food. But they don't have a ton to offer by way of nutrition. So it doesn't have to be an either or. Find out what the ratio is of cauliflower to potato that works for you and your body and your senses, or that of those you love. That might be using 1/4 cauliflower or 3/4 potatoes. Or it might be using 3/4 cauliflower and 1/4 potatoes, because it doesn't actually take that much of mashed potatoes to increase significantly the creaminess and the satisfaction factor of a mashed cauliflower dish. So don't think of this as either or, this or that. There's a whole world of choices, and the world is not, for the most part, black and white. You too can treat yourself like a toddler, and that's fine because you're doing it knowing you're doing something good for yourself to help you feel better and to increase the joy in your life as you increase the health in your life. And that's a win-win.